Welcome back to Omni Garage. So, this is take 2 tonight because we've already filmed this video because old mate forgot to turn the mic on.
It's all right. Sometimes it's best to have a practice, and actually you forgot a product in the lineup. That's why we're going to refilm, because otherwise Gion Bathe wouldn't be sitting front and center here. It's not front and center for any particular reason though.
So what you can see here is a whole range of soaps. Now, some of these I personally bought, some of these you personally bought, some of them were gifted to us, but these are our opinions. We haven't been paid to say anything of anything that we're about to say, we weren't paid to say. We have a whole bunch of products here. They are in some sort of order.
Yep.
With what we think is not so good with what we think is quite good.
Yep.
And we're just going to work our way through the list, give you our thoughts about which products we like, why we like them, why we don't like them. I've had these products sitting in my bedroom floor, spare bedroom floor, for some time, years, in fact.
I think we framed this up. So what we've got in front of us is a product category, right? You've got many product categories on your bedroom floor. Okay?
Yeah.
The cardboard box, your order.
Yeah.
We've got car shampoos, car washes. So that category in front of us right now, this is probably the most exciting category for us. And it's probably one that we've had the most experience in as well. We haven't tried
relatively pH neutral car shampoo.
Car shampoos, correct. So there are products that are not displayed here that we have tried. A couple of those would be like a Maguire's Wash and Wax. Another one would be, what was that other product? Adam shampoo. So there's a few where we haven't been able to hold on to the bottles for some reason or another.
I probably didn't decide I wanted to do it back then.
Probably. So we have tried.
Wash and Wax, quite a nice product.
It was a good one, yeah. We've tried a lot of products in this category.
I have the spreadsheet here.
Yeah.
Some of these I used a very long time ago, and so I'm going to refer to the notes because I can't remember exactly.
Basically, what Glenn's done here is after trying every individual product, he's gone and loaded it into a spreadsheet. And what have you been rating on? So how it foams, how it performs in the bucket, the residue of the product, reactivation, smell, availability in the country, can you get it in multiple sizes like gallons, solubility.
Did it mix well in the bucket?
Slickness.
Slickness.
Huge range of different things. So if we don't answer your question in this video around any particular product, feel free to drop a comment and go, well, what was the slickness of Pure Wash, or did GSF reactivate? And Glenn's got all of the details there. We can hit you back with some answers. But maybe we start on the right.
Let's talk about why you want a good soap.
Okay. Yeah.
So for me, the best soap has to foam really well, has to work really well on our foam cannon.
Yep.
We want to be able to get soap onto the paint. We want to get soap onto the car. It looks cool, but it also serves a purpose, getting soap onto the... Is that soap really slick to use? Does it work really well with our wash media? And does that wash media glide across the paint? Because we don't want to be marring any scratches and stuff. Does it clean well? Does it break down the dirt and grime well? Do we get the surface clean, nice and easily? Does it smell well? That's a little bit to do with it.
Oh, look, I think it's a minor play, but it adds to the enjoyment factor of a product.
And then can we actually buy it? So we're here in New Zealand, we find it really hard to buy some products. Some products don't even ship to New Zealand, and so we're limited by that. I am willing, and we're willing to pay a little bit more money for a really good soap if we can get it and we can justify the cost. But otherwise, these are the products that we've used. There are heaps that we haven't tried. We've tried a lot from a majority of the big companies though.
Yeah, and look, we're going to continue with these products coming in. So every couple of months we do another order. We try a whole range of other products. So what we are talking about here is what we have experienced. We're not saying these are the best or these are the worst based on the whole product category in the industry. This is from our personal experience. So
don't get upset if your favourite soap's here and we tell you it's garbage.
Yeah, and don't get upset if your favourite soap is also not here, because it means we just haven't experienced it yet. We will hopefully get there at some point. So let's start on this side here. So this is our left, your right. This is probably the products you wouldn't want to buy. These are the worst in our experience. Let's start here. So there's probably not a whole lot to say about this. This is Fireball shampoo. And I think it's probably got one of the worst bottles of any of these. It's like that fluted glass design.
All the Fireball stuff actually looks branded like that.
Yep. Not a great soap.
Well, it foams pretty well. It doesn't produce very good suds in the bucket. It's not slick. It doesn't smell very well. It just smells like chemical.
Yeah.
We could only buy it in that size, so,
That one was pretty quickly. I think you first wash it and you kind of realise it's no good. And that probably got delegated to a wheel bucket pretty quickly after.
Probably. All the bad soaps always end up in the wheel bucket.
They do. Then we've got Maguire's Hyper Wash. Now this is only available here in New Zealand anyway, in the gallon size. And if you go back to the original Omni Garage videos, like the first year of the channel, I was a big advocate for this.
So you'd love that. You're like, yo, Glenn, you got to buy the soap. The soap is fantastic. I'm like, okay, I'll buy heaps of it then.
And we did. We probably bought 2 gallons each. And
we were actually really good. Well, we really both like Maguire's.
We were big Maguire's fans at that point.
We thought Maguire's was the best product you could buy. We'll buy the whole product line. We're only going to have Maguire's. Let's get it.
Yeah, this was a good product. We were at the point when we had this product, we measured out how much we tipped in as well, because it was like Hyper Wash. So you got a long way out of that. Really concentrated. Yeah.
And actually, I remember I blew through my bottle quicker than you blew through yours.
Yep. Because I was very economical with this. The reason why this is down this end though is reactivation. So think about the car behind us here. You've got all of these areas where soap gets trapped in them. And I think one of the things that we find frustrating, the most frustrating about soap actually is reactivation. When you get to the end of your wash, you're either drying or you're doing your final rinse out. It's do those suds reactivate and create more suds. And this here, this is really bad.
And the reason why is that if you can't get that out of the cracks and you come to blow it, you then blow this soap scum all along the paint that dries. That's terrible.
Or you need to do another re-rinse and another re-dry. So,
I mean, it foams really well, works really well in the bucket. It's not that slick compared to some of the others, but it's reactivation that's horrible. And by the time you've used a gallon of reactivated soap,
that's frustrating. You do not want to go back to that one after that much.
Chemical Guys Honeydew.
Yeah, this is a Repco purchase, isn't it? So this is not, wasn't hard to get, but sure was hard to get rid of because you still got some left in there.
It's just a bit average, you know, like, yeah, it foams, yeah, it's all right in the bucket, yeah, it smells okay, it's not that slick, and it just doesn't excite me. It's just a bit of an average soap, and so that just ended up in the wheel bucket. That's what I used to clean the wheels with.
It's a weird size too, half a gallon.
Well, that's a
1.89 litres. Yeah, it's a bit of an odd one, isn't it?
Well, you got this one around the wrong way.
Oh, I do. Sorry about that. I mean,
Angel Wax shampoo. We start to come into the category now where they're all just pretty okay. Like, works well in the bucket, foam's okay. Probably not as slick as some of the others.
This was the banana scented one, wasn't it?
Banana scent. We also can't buy it here in New Zealand in
good quantity. I think it was just the 500
in a gallon. Yeah. Reasonable. It's just middle of the run, which is the same as the Turtle Wax Pure Wash. That product did kind of surprise me a little bit because Turtle Wax is kind of like what your dad has in his garage, but that was pretty slick, worked well in the bucket, etc., etc.
What I liked about this is it was just a little bit unique with the bottle size. It's a 1.42 litres. It's just a bit different. I found this really slick. Like, I remember trying this product and it was super slick. Probably on par with some of the ones toward this end. You don't really have the smell left in there.
Oh, that stinks, and that's because the chemical's gone off. Yeah. Some of these are sat around for a long time.
Pretty bad. I mean, I thought this was good. Like, I liked it. It wasn't great.
But can you imagine Turtle Wax being on your shelf, though?
No, not really. It's a bit embarrassing. I'd have to tip it in a different bottle. Like Turtle Wax. Turtle Wax,
Turtle Wax is a bit like having Armour All, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a little bit. It's kind of just, it's like your Chemical Guys, right? It's the big box stores.
Yeah, you're right.
Maguire's has fallen into that a little bit with your Walmarts in the USA. You know, your Chemical Guys, your Maguire's here in New Zealand. What are we? Armour All.
What else is there?
They're just the
Turtle Wax.
They're all,
they're just all sort of just
all right.
Really available. They kind of, you buy them on special and people buy them. Like, I feel sorry for people. They go into those shops and they have no idea what they're buying. They have no idea what they're doing. And it's like, if you spend like, because this product, it's super cheap auto. It's up there. I reckon you'd be paying over $50 for that.
A lot of the products
you can get a good soap for $50.
Well, yeah, we're going to get there. Geon Bathe. This is the only Geon soap we've tried, so we probably do have a bit of a gap in the market there that we do need to try.
And again, that's just pretty reasonable.
It doesn't foam very well.
Doesn't have a very good scent to it. It does smell like just normal chemical soap smell.
This is a very old product. I remember I bought this.
When you had sort of had all the Maguire stuff and you wanted to branch out, you went straight to Geon.
I went to Geon and I bought Geon Bathe and Geon Foam.
Because you get addicted to the, do I have Geon Foam in there? We have tried Geon Foam.
We have tried it.
You like the bottling. The marketing
I think
really
they do a
stands out
good
to you.
job. Geon do a really good job, and I mean, I actually think Geon's superior to CarPro in a lot of ways. I think a lot of product categories.
Isn't that a
guys do
sister
really
company
good
of
job.
CarPro?
Well, they're both Korean companies.
Right.
CarPro, Geon, maybe they're a sister car. I'm not too sure. Geon do a great job with their bottling. That really attracted me to that, but that didn't foam very well, I recall, and it was quite watery, quite runny.
I thought they make a Bay Plus too, don't they?
They do. That didn't actually sud very well in the bucket either. So, to be fair, it could probably shift a little bit this way. Actually, if I were to rearrange these, I'll put it here.
Yeah, you want to put it there?
I'll put it there.
I mean, we sort of go from not so good, average category to something decent.
Well, it's poor to mediocre to good. And I think we're well in that good category right now. This is G-Technic G-Wash. Don't really think you can go wrong with many of the soaps we've got.
And that's one of the soaps that we made the video on originally, and it's good. Like, it works well in the bucket, foams well. It's got a nice cherry scent, really available. You can buy it in the litre. You can buy it in the probably a gallon as well.
Yep, you can get this in a gallon, and we can get this from Australia as well, like pretty easily.
No, 5 litre, not a gallon.
Ah, that's right, because G-Technic do their bigger ones.
Yeah, it's reasonably slick. It's not as slick as some of the others. It's just a good soap. And I mean, if you are someone who really likes the G-Technic line, then you like the G-Technic coatings, which is what we use. Then if you want to stay within the product line, then that G1 soap, G1
you want to stay brand loyal. I mean, same goes with CarPro, right? Like, I had high hopes for this. This is CarPro Reset. This is advertised essentially as the ceramic coating rejuvenator.
But it still can be marketed as your everyday pH soap, and I know a lot of YouTubers that do. I think that's got a real unique perfume scent to it, and it smells like Fijos. The rest of the world won't know what a Fijo smells like, but that's what I reckon.
It does.
Perfumey.
So it's love it or hate it for sure on the scent of this one.
So you can buy that in, what is that, 500 mils?
This is 500 ml. You can get 500, 1 litre, gallon, like really
same as all the other CarPro products. Really available, works well in the bucket, reasonable foam.
What do you have for the reactivation on this one? Because this again is advertised as highly concentrated.
Just limited.
Yeah. So not poor, not great.
Yeah, it just doesn't really excite me. I don't know.
I had higher hopes than what we had. This is a new entrant. I haven't actually tried this one yet. So this is DIY Detail Incredible Suds. So you've done one wash?
I've done one wash. So we will make a video on this. I want you to try it. Again, I can't buy it directly from DIY. It's for children lock, so you won't be able to get in that, Sue.
Oh, I got it. Not old enough.
I can't buy this directly from DIY Detail.
It's great.
I have to buy through Amazon, and gets all a little. It's great, but it's almost like grape lolly scent, isn't it? I have to buy it from Amazon, and I have to sort of do some weird way of getting it, which is quite frustrating.
So why have you put it here?
I've put it there because I know it's good.
Okay.
I've used it once. It's really slick. Works well in the bucket. Smells good. We need more time with it. I think it's better than some of the others.
It's one of those ones that's going to be difficult for us to get our hands on, though, isn't it?
Comes in a gallon.
Quality. Okay, so we can get in the gallon. It's just pricey for us to bring it in. And I think before we get to the next 3 products in the line here, probably important to let you guys know that we don't really factor in the price of any of these products. But availability is a big one for us, more so than
if we can't get it,
price.
then we can't review it and we can't talk about it.
Correct.
And then we also aren't going to use it.
But we're willing to pay more for a really good product. I think a lot of these products here are on par in terms of price. When we do get to this end, and we're talking about getting these in New Zealand. So very, very different in the United States where it's readily available. You can go into a lot of stores and pick them up. But when we have to factor in the shipping cost on some of these, it is far more expensive for us to operate in this end here versus actually
like a hyperwash category, right?
Yeah, but
I can go into Repco or Supercheap and I can buy that straight off the shelf.
Yep, no shipping cost. You can grab it. Whereas this product here on the far end in particular, that is very pricey for us to get in. But before we get there, this is underrated, I reckon. PNS Pearl.
People on the internet really don't like that product.
I don't like the bottle. It's very, very busy, but this is a good soap.
It's a good soap. So that scent is one of my favourite scents. And I reckon it's got the best smell of all the detailing products I've ever come across.
Yeah, you can still smell it in there.
So it's got this like lemon citrus smell, but you know when you have a sour lolly in your mouth?
Yep.
It like generates that weird like mouth feeling. That does that for me, and I love that.
So the great thing about this product, and it's great that it's like number 3 in our tier right here, is that it is so cheap. 65 New Zealand dollars to get a gallon of this, opposed to number 2 in the line here, 240 New Zealand dollars. So we can get 4 gallons of this for a price of a gallon of this. Like, I think
That product is really slick.
Yep.
Works well in the bucket, generates good suds. The reason why this is not number 1 is that I had almost finished the bottle.
Yep.
And it generated real bad soap scum. And so if you're working in like a real hot environment, not necessarily in direct sunlight, but if you let that dry on there,
Yep.
soap scum is a real issue.
Well, you're going to recommend that to your dad as an option. Hey, this is the soap.
Yeah, and then I got the soap scum, and then I was like, oh, I can't give this to him.
Yep.
This is garbage.
Yep.
So I ended up giving him some GSF.
Not a bad gift to get.
But we use that, because it's so cheap, we use it in our well bucket.
Yeah, absolutely nothing wrong with it there. But I think if you're looking for a soap, and look, you are on a bit of a budget with it, like, you can't really go wrong if you're careful around the wash conditions that you put it in. But yeah, for us, that's well bucket, because at $240 a gallon, this is Koch Chemie GSF.
No, not a gallon, 5 litres.
It is 5 litres. So Koch Chemie do this in a 1 litre,
Which is that size?
which is the size, and I really like the bottle. I think there's just something quite unique about Koch Chemie's branding. And they do the 5 litre size as well. So
you get a little bit extra, a litre and a bit
you do.
compared to the gallon.
If we're comparing the gallon to the 5 litre, for sure. This is $240 for 5 litres. This product here, we can land for about $245 as well. This is Armour Detail Supply Shampoo Plus. And at there we get the equivalent or same price for 1.2 litres less when we buy it in quantity. But GSF for us, I mean, this has been the staple soap for 18 months now.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It is really good.
Yeah,
Cherry scent,
it is.
foams on beautifully. You get your cool Instagram shots.
Yeah.
Works well in the bucket. No real reactivation. Super slick. Works well.
You can't go wrong with us
Yeah, you can't.
unless you are on a budget.
I can't
because
fault
you are
pH
going
neutral.
to spend a bit.
Perfect for everyday washing.
Yeah. We weren't looking for a new product to replace this, but we have. And I think the interesting thing about car wash as a category is you just get a little bit bored after a while. Like, it's nice to have a few options you can chop and change between, mainly just with the different scent, the different bottling.
It's so easy to try out a new soap too.
It is.
Like if you're going to go and try out a new polish or a new coating, you're going to be like 2 years in before you can try a new coating, right?
Yep.
And so soaps is just ready available and try it out. And
We weren't looking for anything to replace this. So we continue buying these products or having these products sent to us, and we give them a try. And we weren't looking for anything. Like, we quite frequently go to those shelves, you can probably see in the background there, and just look at the categories.
You've got Armour Detail Supply Shampoo Plus and GSF.
Yep. Because I'm debating, right, which is the best.
And this product is just as slick as GSF. It's got a berry scent in it, according to Armour Detail Supply the other day.
5 berry scent.
5 berry scent.
Yep.
I think it still smells like cherry to some degree.
I love the colour of this. None of these other soaps are quite like that. Like, you find a lot of soaps are yellow.
This colour comes out as red. This soap
Yeah.
comes out as red. I mean, this is blue, which matches, I don't know. But yeah, I just like that.
This is nice.
It's super slick, works
Yep.
well in the bucket, cleans really well, pH neutral. Everything you want in a soap is in that. And I think if you had those products side by side, I don't think you could really tell the difference.
No, if you could
And
take
even
the
the
colour and
scents
the
are very
scents away, yeah. But if you did it blind and you had a mitt in each hand and a foam can in each hand, I think it'd be very, very tough to tell the difference. But it's exciting, right? It's nice that there's 2 on this top end here.
Totally.
And it's not necessarily that this is 10 times better than this.
They're very active.
They're very, very close. So you could have both of these on the shelf, and as I do behind us here, chop and change between them.
And what you said in the last video that we filmed that we can't release because we didn't have any
audio, yeah.
You said that 18 months ago this was the soap that everyone was trying.
Yep.
This is now the new kid on the block, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I haven't seen too many people talk about this. This was very hyped up. Very, very hyped.
Because it's so good.
Yep.
A lot of YouTubers use it. A lot of people in the detailing businesses use it.
Yep.
It's a great soap. And we just kind of, you get bored and you want to try something new, and we found something new, and there you are.
So if someone came to us and said, what's the best soap that we can buy? If they were in New Zealand, I would probably just say, hey, look, you can get this locally. in a 5 litre, that's probably the best for you, unless you're willing to spend a bit more bringing them from overseas.
Shop around.
Or you live overseas, I'll bring this to the front. And if someone goes, I want a good soap, but look, $240, $250 a gallon, I just can't do, pull this one into it. Like,
I've had people at work ask me what they want.
Yep.
I've given them that as an option, and I've given them that as an option here in New Zealand, because those two sort of work well together.
You cannot really go wrong from here this way.
No.
I wouldn't go that way,
No.
but here this way. You take away the turtle wax, maybe. It was a good soap though, but this is kind of where we have landed, and I think that for us, we will be buying this, at least for the next couple of gallons we buy. And look, it doesn't mean that GSF is necessarily kicked out of the setup that we're using. We might chop and change between them a little bit, but...
And it's just based on availability. Like, we could say, yeah, AES is the soap that we want to use, but we come around to buy it and we need it for our customers.
And it's out of stock.
Out of stock, well, then we've got to buy locally GSF.
Correct. So it's nice to have two options on that higher end.
And we might find something new. We might get some more products in. We're about to go to SEMA in the next couple of weeks, and so we might go, hey, actually,
there's a few there.
We might go, hey, look, there's some better soaps out there. So
these aren't the only soaps we tried though. So this is like one category of soap. This is your maintenance wash, your general kind of week to week.
pH neutral.
Yep.
Your workhorse soap.
We've also tried a whole range of decon soap. So give us 2 seconds and we'll bring all of those out and have a chat through those.
So this category is a little bit different, and it's not quite perfect to say that this is a, these soaps all have different purposes. They all have a different pH scale. It's hard to put them in a category, but anyway, this is more of a strip type wash type of product.
The everyday DIYer doesn't need one of these in their setup. Where you need one of these products, like they should have it, but they don't need it. Where you need these is where you are going to paint correct a car, or you're going to apply some sort. Or you're going to apply some sort. Should we just leave that in?
Or you're going to try and apply some type of coating.
Yeah.
Or you wanted to rejuvenate your coating, or you wanted to give your car a real deep clean. You wanted to reset what's on there. These are all heavy hitting soaps. These are something you don't want to use all the time. You want to use these periodically. Or for a specific purpose like you've just described.
And I mean, the category would be decontamination soaps. That's how we'd refer to these, right? Decon soaps.
This product here,
we made a video on this, so if you want a full in-depth look at it,
this is CarPro Lift. The whole idea of this product was to be able to sort of use it in a touchless wash type format, right? You spray it on, you let it dwell, you let it sort of eat away at the dirt and grime, and you rinse it off, and the hope would be that you would get some cleaning done.
High pH pre-wash cleaner. And we had high hopes.
We had high hopes for it, and it's a category we need to explore. And I think there are some good products out there, but it was pretty poor.
I think we tried that on the Audi SQ5, the white car, and we just didn't see any good thing to do.
It foamed well, it went on the paint and did everything, but it just didn't do any cleaning, right?
No.
It just didn't work.
Not without agitation, not by itself. Then we've got another product by Koch Chemi. This is AES, so this is the auto shampoo.
pH of 9?
Way more affordable than Gentle Snow Foam. And I mean, initially when we looked at this, we thought maybe this could be, the Decon soap, because GSF is so good, surely this would be great as well. This was also just a little bit disappointing.
Yeah, so high pH, you want it to do some cleaning, you might want it to take a bit of bead maker off or something like that. What have I said about it? Foams well, good suds, no reactivation really. It's got a nice citrus lemon smell, but it wasn't really that slick to use.
No. And I think that's, it's still something you want in a Decon soap. You want a bit of slickness to it, because if you can help to not induce any more type of mar in the surface and be able to get your wash mitt across.
But it does a really good job of pulling off some of that stuff that would be quite easy to remove, like a bead maker.
What was the pH again? It was a pH of
9.
Okay, so quite up there.
9. This is Citrus Wash.
Yeah, so this is another G-Technic product. W4 Citrus Foam.
That's a really great smelling product. It smells like lemonade.
Yeah, this was probably one of the first car wash related videos we did on the channel. I think we did one on the WRX STI using this product here. And
again, I mean, relatively high pH. It's got that citrus activation in there, so it will strip some stuff off there. It should start and prepare your surface for like a decontamination or a coating or something like that. So yeah, it does a reasonable job, but I do think there's better out there.
It's pH neutral, but has a citrus degreaser in it, hence where you get the citrus foam on it. And I remember it foamed fantastic. Like, I looked at that, and if this didn't have the, didn't have the degreaser in there, like, it could be a great normal soap.
You could use it all the time, yeah.
Absolutely.
Relatively slick is what I've said on here.
Then we've got the Obsessed Garage Decontamination Soap. I believe this is a blend from, it was derived from citrus chemical guys. It was derived from someone who stopped making the Decon soap,
And
that
then
Obsessed Garage
Matt
will
picks
use
it
it.
up and use.
Yeah.
And this is probably the real first sort of Decon soap really that we kind of tried, right?
Yeah.
And we use it for a good period of time.
Yeah.
It's a decent soap.
I don't know how Matt bottles these anymore. I don't think this is Carpro. Surely that's a Carpro bottle. Yeah, it is. It's very similar. So I think they're bottled slightly differently. Still sells this product today, and I mean, this was a really good product. I really enjoyed it, but it was the accessibility of this to go and get more.
I've said it does a reasonable job of stripping off the sealants that are on there.
This foamed well.
Smells pretty citrusy.
Yep.
Mixes really well. So yeah, that's a great alternative. That product is super expensive to buy here in New Zealand.
It is, and that's probably why we moved into the top product, D-Scale, because this was just really hard to get here and really expensive. And we use a lot of decon wash, a lot of it.
When you're doing, all the time.
Anytime we work on a customer's vehicle,
Gets a decon.
we use it periodically on our own cars as well to keep the coating,
And this CarPro D-Scale is a fantastic product. It doesn't have a high pH like some of these others. It's got more of a low pH. It's more down that acidic line. The idea of that is that it's meant to sort of eat away at the minerals that are on the paint. So, lime scale, all that kind of stuff, water spotting, help to start and break some of those down. It's really good if you've got a coating that needs to be reactivated, every 6 months, 12 months, your coating starting to look a little bit sort of needs a bit of help. That will help out. It'll also take off all your bead makers and any old waxes.
Your waxes and sealants.
It's not going to strip a coating,
No.
like a fresh coating. But if you've got a real old coating that's been on there for 5-10 years or whatever, it could maybe knock the last little bit off.
Yeah.
And we know that we've had customers come in with stuff on there, we put that on there and it peels it back, and it's a great start on the surface, right?
It is a workhorse, and it's proved itself time and time again. And we know, because we can see that when we're doing initial rinse down of a vehicle, there's something on there in a lot of cases. Definitely not after hitting it. Even by just doing the pre-foam with us, it knocks a lot of it out, let alone doing the contact wash. We can get this. It's accessible. We can get it in 500 milliliters, 1 litres. We buy it in gallon sizes. Yeah, sorry, I didn't give a sniff. That's a bit rude, eh?
Rude.
But we buy it in a gallon, and then we refill our
Works well on the bucket too, so with our mitt and our contact wash, really nice and slick to work with, and this is just a great, works well. There are some interesting products coming out in the category. I think Chemex is one that I've been sort of got my eye on, and it's got a mixture. It's like two soaps. You've got like an acidic wash for your water spots and your minerals, and then you've got a real high pH for your getting rid of your waxes and sealants and dirt, road grime, all that kind of stuff. And you use
multi-step system.
Lamo Cosmetic is another one of those that have got that sort of scale on there.
They've got their triple system, so they've got 3 different pH. I think they call it the pH system or something. We definitely need to get our hands on that to give it a go. And I think it's an interesting product category. And another one we've got, which we do need to try, is from Armour Detail Supply, and this is their Decon soap. Now, this has the most unique smell to any car shampoo
we have ever smelled. Everyone's got a fruit smell. Everyone's got a citrus smell.
What smell?
Everyone's got a...
It's ginger beer.
Yeah, they'll tell us it's not ginger.
Yeah, they're going to go, this is 7 berries. 16 flowers. Something, but this is ginger beer.
It is 100%. A real unique smell.
That's great. I love it.
Right up there. We've had a little go with it.
Now, I'm going to put it here, not because it belongs here yet, but just because I've got to put it somewhere. But I'm excited to try that. Like D-Scale, I really don't want it to be better than this, because D-Scale is so easy for us to buy. It's accessible, it's cost effective. This will not be. We know how hard it is to get armour detail supply in New Zealand at the moment. So
And we go through a lot of decon, so
where I hope this lands, I hope it lands here because then we can justify this. But in true Omni Garage fashion, if this lands here, we'll
work out a way to get it.
Have to figure it out.
So we need to basically foam the car half with that, and see,
Just compare.
and see what the stripping is like, because the whole point of using a strip wash is to be able to get yourself to a nice clean bare surface. So we will compare that with the best that we have, but at the moment it's Capra D-Scale, yet to be tried.
So drop us a comment below if there's any products that you think we should try. If you're keen to know about any of the different characteristics, about any of the products we've had up on the table here tonight, drop a comment as well. Glenn's got a spreadsheet so he can kind of copy paste some comments in there from his experiences and our experiences. And what you got to remember, these are our personal views as well. So there is nothing that has influenced anything that we've said here, no sponsorship, no price point, nothing apart from what we deem to be the best products in these categories. And we're going to do this with every product category. So on your floor, in your box over there.
Oh, we've got another product category to try it.
Also,
but if your product's not here, don't get upset that we haven't tried it. If your favourite product's in here and we rated it as the worst, don't get upset about it. This is just our thoughts. It's been, some of these products we tried quite a long time ago, and they've all had revisions and they've updated their product line and they've got bits and pieces that we haven't tried. So this is just the here and now. And I think we've justified why we like something over something else pretty well here. So
yeah, stay tuned. Hit subscribe to the channel because a few more product categories coming next. We've got glass cleaners, we've got sealants, we've got wheel cleaners, tire cleaners. There's a lot. There's a lot more to come. So if you enjoyed this type of video, drop us a comment below and stay tuned for the next one. Thanks for watching.